If you're thinking about moving your family from Hamilton or the GTA to Smithville, there's one question that matters more than price, more than the commute time, more than square footage. Is this actually a good place to raise kids? I moved my own family here. I'm going to give you the honest answer. Not the sales pitch, not the highlight reel. The real answer based on living it every day. By the end of this video, you'll know what the schools are actually like, what kids do here on weekends, how safe it really is, and the one small thing about town life that nobody warns you about before you move. Quick note, before we get into it, I'm David Hildebrand. I'm a realtor with Remax Escarpment Realty Inc., and I live here in Smithville with my family. Every week, I'm talking to families who are exactly where you are right now, doing the research, trying to figure out if this move actually makes sense. If that's you, click the link in the description. It goes straight to my free 2026 Smithville relocation guide, and it covers neighborhoods, schools, cost of living, all of it. Download it, it's totally free. And if you're past the research stage and you want to talk through your specific situation, there's a link to book a free call with me. No pressure, no pitch, just a straight conversation. All right, let's get into it. We're going to cover 5 things. 1, the schools in Smithville, what's actually available and what families should know. Number 2 is safety. Real data, not just a vibe. 3 is what actually kids do here on weekends after school. 4 is the community. Is Smithville the kind of place that feels like home, or does it feel like a pit stop? And 5 is the honest downside. What small town life actually costs your family and whether it's worth it. Let's start with the schools, because for most families, this is the first filter. For elementary, Smithville has Smithville Public School on Cambro Street. That's your main English public option right in town, JK to grade 8. There's also Caister Public School out in Caister Centre and Gainsborough Public School in St. Anne's, both covering the broader West Lincoln area. All 3 run under the District School Board of Niagara. On the Catholic side, St. Martin Catholic Elementary School is right in Smithville on Streamside Drive, JK to grade 8, under the Niagara Catholic District School Board. If Christian education is important to your family, Smithville actually has more options than most towns in this size. Cairn Christian Elementary School and John Calvin Elementary School both serve JK through grade 8. And Smithville Christian High School means your kids can stay in a faith-based environment all the way through secondary. That's something you won't find in most communities this size. And for families where that matters, it's a real draw. French immersion is available through the DSBN. The entry point is grade 1, and the elementary school for French immersion site is down in Grimsby at Central French Immersion Public School. So if that's on your radar, you'd be looking at a drive for immersion, something that you need to factor in early. Now here's where I want to be straight with you. Smithville does not have a public secondary school within the town. Public high school students feed into West Niagara Secondary School. That's over in Lincoln, in the Beamsville area on King Street. Catholic students feed into Blessed Trinity Catholic Secondary, which is also located in Grimsby. The good news on the secondary side, busing is provided through Niagara Student Transportation Services. But the school is not walking distance, and it's not in Smithville. That's just the reality, and you should plan for it. One thing worth knowing, West Niagara Secondary is a newer school, and it's been growing fast. There have been some community concerns about traffic around the school during drop-off and pickup times, something to be aware of if you're planning to drive rather than bus. On the elementary side, what I hear from families who've made the move is that the experience is genuinely excellent. Smaller schools, teachers who know the kids by name, tight parent communities, that's not marketing language. That's what parents actually experience every day, and that's what they tell me. One of the top questions I get from Hamilton and GTA families is how safe is Smithville compared to where we are right now? West Lincoln is policed by the Niagara Regional Police Service 8 District, which covers Grimsby and Lincoln. The municipality sits at under 17,000 people and is consistently among the safer areas within the Niagara Region. The Niagara Region as a whole has seen some uptick in reported incidents recently, some of that tied to transient activity moving out of the GTA. But West Lincoln specifically maintains a significantly lower crime profile than urban Hamilton or St. Catharines. The Crime Severity Index data backs that up. My kids play outside, they ride their bikes, they walk to the park. That's not something I take for granted. It was a real shift from a bigger city as I came from St. Catharines. The streets are quiet, people know their neighbors, that lived experience matches the data. Now, is there zero crime? Well, no town has that. But your baseline is Hamilton's core or the inner 905, Smithville feels dramatically different in the way that matters most for young kids. The township also launched its first road safety action plan in late 2025, focused on traffic safety, mobility, and reducing road injuries as the town grows. That kind of proactive planning is a good sign for a growing community. This is one that I think matters most and gets talked about the least, because parents often ask me, what do kids actually do in a small town? Is there enough going on? Here's what Smithville looks like for families. Minor hockey is a major part of community life here. The West Niagara Minor Hockey Association, the Flying Aces, runs through the winter. Registration for next season opens June 1st. It's genuine community hockey, the kind where parents know each other and kids build friendships that carry through school. For field sports, Leisureplex Township Park on South Grimsby Road has 4 full-size soccer fields plus baseball diamonds. The West Niagara Soccer Club and West Lincoln Minor Baseball both run through there. The main park hub is the West Lincoln Community Center Park on West Street. Playground, splash pad, skate park, baseball diamond, outdoor walking track. That's where families end up on summer evenings. There's also a summer market and concert series called Music Market and Park It, 6 Wednesday evenings in July and August at the community center. Vendors, live music, car shows. It's the kind of thing where you run into the same families week after week. If you move from the city hoping for a bit more community feel, that's what it looks like. Smithville Skating Club runs through the arena, and there are parent and taught programs, public skating, and drop-in programs through the community center year-round. Now, the honest qualifier, if your kids are into something highly specialized, elite competitive dance, a specific sport with provincial level coaching, you're likely going to be driving to St. Catharines or Hamilton for that. That's an honest trade-off. You gain space and community. You give up proximity to specialized programming. For most families with kids in the 5 to 12 range, there's more than enough here to build a full, active childhood. We're halfway through. If you're still watching, you're serious about this decision. And that's exactly who this video is for. We've covered schools, safety, and what kids actually do here. 2 more to go, community and the honest downside. That last one is important, don't skip it. Community is hard to quantify, so I'll just tell you what I've experienced and what I hear from families who've made the move. Smithville is a town where you recognize people who are at the grocery store, where your neighbors introduce themselves, where the people running the hockey programs and associations and the school council are the same people you see at the market on a Wednesday night. The town itself is growing. The population is pushing towards 17,000 now, with new subdivisions actively going up from Mars Homes and other developers. This is not a sleepy village anymore. It's a town in transition, adding housing, upgrading infrastructure, building out services. That energy is there. For families coming from the suburbs, especially GTA suburbs where you can live in a subdivision for 3 years and not know your neighbors' names, this is a real culture shift. Some families love it immediately. Some need a few months to settle in. What I tell every family I work with, the community here is genuinely welcoming, but you have to show up for it. Join the hockey association. Go to the school council meetings. get to the market on a Wednesday. The connections are there. They just don't happen passively. And one thing that wasn't true 5 years ago, the new West Lincoln Memorial Hospital opened in November of 2025. That's located in Grimsby, and it's a state-of-the-art facility in West Niagara. For families with young kids, that matters, having access to emergency care without having a super long drive. For families who moved here in the last couple of years, almost universally, the community piece is what they say exceeded their expectations. Not the house size, not the yard, not the price, it's the people. I said at the start I'd give you my honest answer, not the sales pitch. So here it is. Small town living with kids means you are driving a lot more. Not just for secondary school, but for everything. The arena and community park are close, but if your kids want elite sport or specialized programming, you're in St. Catharines or Hamilton frequently. There's no getting around it. This is a driving lifestyle. Smithville's walk score reflects that. The downtown core is walkable for some errands, but most families are car dependent for day-to-day life. If you don't have multiple vehicles, that's a real constraint worth thinking through before you move. There's also ongoing truck traffic through the downtown on Highway 20. It's been a community frustration for years. A downtown bypass is in the environmental assessment phase as of early 2026, but construction hasn't yet started. That's something you'll notice, especially if you're looking at homes near the main corridor. On commuting, if your work is in Hamilton, you're looking at 25 to 35 minutes minimum, where you could be closer to an hour in rush hour. If you're into Mississauga or Toronto, that's over 1 hour to an hour and a half. And then to get to Toronto's downtown core, you're looking at anywhere between 1.5 hours to 2 hours in traffic. There's no direct GO Transit in Smithville. The nearest GO bus access is about 15 minutes away near the QEW in Grimsby. That's worth knowing if one of you needs public transit for the commute. Finally, the rapid growth that's making Smithville more attractive is also putting pressure on elementary school capacity. Some schools are already running portables as new subdivisions fill in. That's not a deal breaker, but it's part of the reality of buying into a growing town. I'm telling you all of this not to talk you out of it, but because the families who thrive here are the ones who moved with realistic expectations. The ones who struggled were usually the ones who expected Smithville to feel like a quieter version of Mississauga. It doesn't. It's a different kind of life. So, is Smithville a good place to raise my kids? My honest answer is yes, but for the right family. If you want space, a genuine community, safe streets, and a slower pace, Smithville delivers on all of it. The trade-offs is convenience. You give up proximity, you gain quality of life. If you want to go deeper before you make decisions, I've put together a free 2026 Smithville relocation guide. It covers neighborhoods, costs, schools, commute routes, and everything else GTA and Hamilton buyers or families are asking me before they make the move. The link is in the description. And if you're at the stage where you want to talk through your specific situation, your budget, your timeline, what you'd actually be looking at in this market, just book a free call with me. The link is also in the description. No pressure, just a real conversation. Now, if this video helped you to feel good about moving to Smithville, your next question is probably where in Smithville should you actually be looking? Well, I did a video where I ranked family neighborhoods, my top 3 in town, and walk you through exactly what makes each one different, the pros, the cons, and what I like about each neighborhood. That video is right here. I'll see you in that video.